Hello, my chosen ones, starseeds in Neurodivergent. I hope you're doing very well. Today, we're going to be talking about codes that are uniquely ingrained into chosen ones, starseeds in Neurodivergence system. You know how they say you adopt certain genetics from your parents? Maybe you might have their eyes. Maybe you might have their smile. And after they pass and you have children, you pass on your DNA and it keeps going. Well, chosen ones, we have certain rules and certain life codes that I believe is natural to us. I'm going to talk about them and let's see if you resonate. First things first, children. Chosen ones go about their business on a day-to-day and they see the children walking around. They see the light in the children's eyes. No worry, no stress, just excited for the next day and excited for whatever adventures they need to attend to. Meanwhile, there's people that exist that the media has confirmed that go around hurting, killing, and destroying the next generation of children. If you feel a deep hate towards anyone or any organization that involves in the harming of children, then chances are you have the chosen one codes. The children are the next generation. They are the future. And just like us, we wouldn't exist if someone didn't protect us. So, chosen ones, we tend to have a deeply seated protection aura when it comes to children and their safety. We want to make sure that they grow up to be the best that they can be and have the most support that we didn't have when we grew up. That's one of the codes that we have in our system. One of the other codes that we have in our system is de-escalating situations. Sometimes in our day-to-day, we run into situations that could escalate very quickly. But I'm glad that we have the gift of the clairvoyances that helps us have the best discernment that a person can have. We tend to realize that most people are operating in such a low frequency that they might just do anything out of random. And most of the time, it's not even them. It's the negative spirit that's working through them that's doing these actions. So you choose to de-escalate the situation. You walk away. You tell them, hey man, I'm sorry. I have things to do. Or you simply just go about your business. Or you simply say sorry, smile, and let them have their way. But the big problem with that is that if they cross the line, typically you feel that you have to take some kind of action, which goes into my other point of another code that we follow as chosen ones. We have this code of justice ingrained in our system. And sometimes we feel like we could push maximum hate and discontent towards our enemies. But we know that the justice system is not set up for us to survive. Sometimes you ask yourself, why is it that a man can go out of his way, take a firearm, and take an innocent person's life just out of random and think that he deserves no repercussions? You know that if it was up to you, those people would be facing repercussions under law would back the victim, not the aggressor. But it seems that these days, in modern times, the system enjoys backing the aggressors, which is why we have a distrust for the justice system. It's deeply ingrained in our code because a lot of it is organized and they're designed to work with each other and help each other and not care about the rights of the human being. It just goes to show that we have a lot of worry for the evildoers. Not worry because we worry about them per se, but we worry about the act that we might do to the evil. Unfortunately, they allow the evil to run rampant around society, and we can't even allow children to walk around and have fun in the neighborhoods anymore, like how I grew up. So, this just goes to show you that we do have a deeply rooted code ingrained in our system, and we try our best to stay on the path until the system corrects itself. Another thing that's ingrained in the code of the chosen one, starseed, and neurodivergent is a desire to have a good team and a good backing of family. You see how easy it is when people work together. As you understand, it's easier to break one stick than to break a bundle of them. And it's easier for 10 people to lift a stone instead of one. So you always thought to yourself, why isn't it that your family and the people that you know want to work together? It only benefits us all in the end. But it seems they want to do their own thing, which is why it's important for us chosen ones to stick together and create a network that works properly for us. Because if I have that desire to work with a good team, you must have that desire also, chosen ones. And we are at this point that we can communicate cross borders and across the world, and we don't need our families who are not on the same page to be intertwined in our progress in life. We can just go directly to the source, which is chosen ones, which are full of energy, and they love sharing their energy with good people. Another system code that chosen ones, starseeds, and neurodivergents have is we tend to like to warn people of danger. I don't know why, but it seems to be almost ingrained in our system. We have experienced enough in this life, and somehow we feel it is our duty to make sure that others don't go through the things that we went through, because they don't understand that most of us has tasted death a few times. Sometimes they see us on a day-to-day, we look normal, we look young, we look happy, but our soul has so much scars and so much experience. You would have swore that we were fighting a battle against evil enemies in Asgard. And that's why we make sure we go out of our way to protect the people around us and to warn them of any danger. Even if they're not the most pleasant people to be around, it is our duty to make sure that we love everyone and give everyone the courtesy that we would want. With that being said, my chosen ones, starseeds, and neurodivergents, just remember, don't deny your system code. Always let it operate at its full capacity. And if that time comes where the code has to take over, then we would have been already prepared to make sure that we're doing the right thing. See you in the next one, chosen ones. Peace.